So my name's Tina. I'm a senior associate with Lovell Chen. I was the project architect on the Jewel Box project. So the house is located in a tightly held leafy pocket of South Yarra. It's listed under the local heritage overlay, and it's predominantly recognised for its contributory role to the streetscape rather than its individual heritage significance. At the time our clients purchased this deceased estate, the building was in a rather dilapidated condition. A deal had recently fallen through when a developer realised they couldn't knock it down, and there was quite a general sense of wariness in the neighbourhood about what the future of this building might be. The existing house had undergone a history of major renovations, resulting in the loss of key arts and crafts features, including the chimney, overpainting of the original tuck pointing to the brick walls, and infill of the front veranda. There were numerous issues, including rising damp, contaminated soil, stagnant water, hazardous heating installations, and Marseille roof tiles that had really reached the end of their life. The project was conceived as a forever home for the client, so a place for them to live and work. They have a love of books, art and golf, and an appreciation for gardens. One of the foremost aspects of the brief was their acknowledgement of the very humble nature of this building and their commitment to keeping it that way, and recognising its prominent location on the corner block. The house would be restored and returned to the street context, and a lot of space was needed to fit the new brief, but we were determined to keep the corner house presentation intact. To achieve this, we kept to the principal structure of the ground floor plan intact and took advantage of the high ceilings and large roof space to conceal an additional attic level within the volume of the original house. In the planning, a lot of importance was placed on the separation of the public work domain with the private bedroom spaces. The ground floor now housing the study, living, kitchen, and library areas. There was also emphasis on future-proofing the house with dignity, so providing a new lift, accessible bathroom, but in a way that allows it to be used discreetly. There was also an importance of maintaining the generosity of the spaces, even though we were bringing the level down. These spaces now recreate the sense of solidity of the original masonry construction through paint colour and mass of the new timber ceiling construction. It introduced aspects of the arts and crafts spirit with the builder's masterful carpentry skills and attention to detail. We did also work with Nexus to select the loose furniture and some of the window coverings, and that was really successful in capturing the client's personality and also creating settings within the spaces we had created. There was also a lot of emphasis on the lighting design to provide suitable illumination for the artwork, and also to create a really soft quality of light throughout. The previously dark circulation spaces have now been elevated, with a new main stairwell and ceiling light featuring an arts and crafts LED light design. On the first floor, the 2 bedrooms have now been tucked away in the attic level. Discrete dormer windows were introduced on the hidden side of the house to accommodate new bathrooms. In the bedrooms, the lighting was especially utilised to create a sense of comfort and softness and a feeling of being safe inside an attic. To the rear, a new extension was created to house the garage, with the study perched on top among the treetops. Below this extension, a further 3.5 metre deep, 80 square metre basement was concealed to house the gym, bar, steam room, and most importantly, the golf simulator. I think here we worked with a structural engineer to fully maximise use of the site within the constraints of neighbouring structures and drainage easements. Within the basement space, we really explored ideas of how to create perceptions of depth and how to create a sense of light within a space that it's inherently confined. So all in all, accommodating a total of 450 square metres of floor area within a 450 square metre site. The house is deceptively small on the outside and spacious on the inside. There is a sense of mystery as you walk through the house as the spaces unfold, and it's affectionately referred to by our clients as the jewel box. An important part of the project included the restoration of the existing house, included detailed conservation works, reinstatement of missing original features, and introduction of new elements through interpretive means to achieve a harmonious composition. We removed all the paint from the original tuck-pointed walls, and we re-tuck-pointed them. Other works included the reinstatement of the chimney, the replacement of the roof tiles, and a new paint scheme that was based on historical research into the original colour scheme. Some interpretive elements were introduced in terms of replacing existing doors with new high-performance versions, while keeping elements such as the LED light intact. Along the street, the existing defensive brick fence was removed and it was replaced with a new lowered screened fence. It expands the house out to the street and also provides amenity back to the public in the form of views to the gardens and the restored building. The new extension was carefully lined with the existing building setback and the height set below the original ridge line. As with an existing building, a lot of pride and care for the restoration of the building was really important, especially in times of dealing with latent conditions. And in this instance, we faced quite a few issues, one including the brick walls being found to not be strong enough to support the new lateral forces we're introducing with the raised floor. But I think luckily with the collaboration of the builder and the structural engineer, we were able to find a more gentle strategy that avoided excessive rebuilding. The construction involved, I think there was also collaboration with the builder to identify ways that we could build better on site, more cost effectively and efficiently. He was a carpenter and was on site full time, so we made use of that and actually moved away from the prefab process we were initially moving towards. A significant part of the project also involved the application of passive house principles to the main house and the extension. So as you can see in these photos here, it involved insulating the envelope to provide a really comfortable, draft-free and airtight environment for the client. I think I'll just finish with saying that one of the most delightful aspects of this house were the discoveries that we made after completion. I think the house has revealed some unexpected views through the central axis of the house. There is a crack of sky in the interstitial spaces between the new and the existing house. I think inside the house it's quiet and calm, and the sense of safety formed by the solid insulated construction. And lastly, the house feels homely and lived in, like living in an old house.